The Lakers coming through the tunnel with swagger. This looks like a team that's all set to go to work here at home. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. The NBA Cup has been pretty wild so far. And now we're in the Western Conference quarterfinals. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge.
Championship.
And here's a look at some numbers for him.
The stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
Here's the starting group for Houston. At the guard positions, Van Vliet and Green. Alperen Şengün out there with Tari Eason. And it's Whitmore in at the 3 spot. And for the Lakers, Austin Reeves out there with Jay. Then there's Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Christian Wood. And it's Butler in at the small forward position. And looking back at the group stage of the NBA Cup, these were 2 of the best in the West.
Yeah, these teams have been outstanding in the Cup. They're playing with confidence. 2 of my to win this thing, so something. Has to get.
And it's going to be Houston off the tip. Pass to Eason. Here's Whitmore. On the wing, Green. Good with the block. Fires away from way outside. Jay misses. Right side, Green. Uncovered. And falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. Green's got the first basket of the game for Houston. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin. Briefly spoke with J.J. Redick. He told me that Şengün won't be easy to contain. He pointed to his passing ability and said they can run their offense through him whether he's in the post or at the top of the key. You add in his scoring, and he presents a unique challenge. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. Here's Eason. Drills it from outside.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's Jay. Covered by Van Vliet. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And there's another turnover by the Lakers. A fantastic string of games for him. Your Western Conference Player of the Week, Jay.
Well, he's been an absolute magician when the ball has been in his hands. There isn't any aspect of the offense that he hasn't contributed in, and it's been a pleasure to watch. I mean, unless you are an opposing coach, then his play has been a vivid nightmare.
Now here's Green. We saw him with 19 points his last outing.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Jay. Good on the triple.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Pass to Eason. Vanderbilt against Green. Off target from the wing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Hey, Greg, where do you think the Rockets are the strongest in their play?
I'd say on the glass. They generally do a good job crashing the boards and going for loose balls. They really value every possession.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. The Rockets again can't hit. LA's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Vanderbilt with the screen. Here's Jay. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. Those three-pointers off the mark. Rockets trail. In the corner, it's Van Vliet. No good on the three.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Floats it up for Wood. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Wood flying up to slam down the alley-oop emphatically.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And here now on the 2K leaderboard, the best distributors in the league. The point guards with the most assists per game this season. Well, you look at Jay, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in assists.
And he's been doing everything you want from that position, getting everyone involved, making sure the defense has to worry about all five guys on the court.
And he's been doing it better than any other point guard in the league. That assist total of his makes that perfectly clear. I mean, he's the best distributor in the game right now.
And he goes in for the dunk.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that guy.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Greg, what's the key thing Fred VanVleet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success.
And so VanVleet nails both of them. Clark, famously, Fred VanVleet was undrafted. Why do you think he was overlooked?
Wow, I tell you, I think size, but man, when you look at his intangibles, it's hard to not be impressed with what Fred VanVleet has done. He is an incredible basketball player, smart, tough, skilled, relentless. He's had a great career as an undrafted player. Green lethal off the catch. Good rhythm on that play.
Wood, a screen on VanVleet. Jay, the pass to Wood. Jay misses.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
In the corner, it's Whitmore. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And this is crucial to Whitmore's development, wanting to continue to improve as a scorer.
Here's Jay. No good, unable to end this run. Rockets leading by 3. Whitmore up top. Vanderbilt defending. Şengün with a wide open look. A three-pointer, no good.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Vanderbilt, a screen on Green. Takes a 3. And again, the Lakers, no good.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
Now, Eason. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game.
Excellent pass from Butler right there. That's why he's considered a team leader.
And it's Van Vliet with the ball for Houston. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contributed. Last game, their bench came alive.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Pass to Whitmore. The Rockets with another miss.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Here's Jay. 10 points for him. 6 to shoot. Wood, a screen on Van Vliet. And the basket by Jay.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Amen Thompson, he's checked in for Houston. Here's Green. He has 5. Pass to Eason. Now here's Van Vliet. Şengün finds Van Vliet. Back to Şengün. And Thompson puts up a deep 3. Vanderbilt with the rebound.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Here's Jay. Eason grabs the board.
You know, you don't always get that opportunity, so those are the ones you hate to miss.
Pass to Thompson. Now Green. A 3 ball. Christian Wood grabs the rebound. Here's Jay. Covered by Van Vliet. It's stolen by Eason. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Ulrich. David?
Kevin, thanks. Jalen Green has shown he's capable of carrying a team offensively. He said, "It feels good knowing that my teammates believe in me to do that. I've had to learn a lot of things to grow, but that's what I work for. I want to be one of those guys that you give the ball to in crunch time." Kevin, I always want to give the mic to you in crunch time. Back to you.
David, you are an unselfish playmaker, and I appreciate that. By the way, Green can be electric and so fun to watch. Hey, DA, thanks. Hachimura, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Brooks outside. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. Here's Jay. 15 points in the game. In the corner, Vanderbilt with it. Pass to Hachimura. Now Wood. Vanderbilt, a screen on Green. 4 on the clock. And the basket by Jay.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Brooks after the made shot from Jay. And Brooks is good for 3.
And in getting that 3 to go, he snaps an 11-0 run by the Lakers.
Here's Jay. 17 points in the game. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Eason. Here's Green, and out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Fred Van Vliet.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Here's Jay, got a piece of it.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
Well, guys, I'm glad they didn't try because I don't want anybody to get hurt out there.
Brandon Clark, he's checked in for the Rockets. Fred Van Vliet comes in for Green. Here's Jay. Takes it inside. It's rebounded by Houston. On the wing, Thompson. He's covered by Hachimura. Şengün against Kleba. They shoot again. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Tell you what, Alperen Şengün is a big with the modern-day game. He scores in bunches inside, but he also can pass it and shoot it from the perimeter, too.
Incredible for his age. The decision-making of Şengün GA is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts with ease when he's on the block or at the nail. Reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game. Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim route.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Platinum-level highlight reel material. That is Showtime stuff there.
Here's Van Vliet following the bucket by the Lakers. Back to Thompson. Screen by Şengün. The 10-footer. And Thompson gets it to go.
Using that screen to create some space for himself. Really good move by Thompson.
Hachimura, the pass to Jay. 1:27 left to play in the first. It's rebounded by Houston. Şengün's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Van Vliet. It's Brooks on the wing. Şengün kicks to Thompson. Şengün with the screen for Thompson. Going inside. That gives them the lead. Thompson's got his second bucket of the night.
It's maybe not the shot Thompson wants, but he stays composed and makes the mid-range game work for him. You got to be in awe of what he's doing this quarter, actually destroying the opponent.
46 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Rebound the Lakers. They've been following their streak game after game, and right now it's up to 13 in a row.
Just a fun team to watch when you get right to it. I mean, the way they're executing at both ends of the floor, it seems like they're getting better each game. Communication, ball control, ball security, defensively. They are very adaptable, and we've seen how they adjust, always learning and constantly tweaking the winning formula.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Butler's checked in, and the Rockets making a change here as well. Shepard's checked in. Three-pointer. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Shepard's got it all tied up now for the Rockets.
Getting his team the best shot on the floor. Amen Thompson feeds a ready shooter that time.
Here's Jay. He's got 23. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Jay's got 25 points.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The Lakers on top, leading by just 2. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Şengün's checked in for Brandon Clark. Whitmore comes in for Dylan Brooks. And it's Green in for Shepard. Pass to Whitmore. Back to Thompson. Van Vliet on the wing. 8 points for him. Cans it from downtown.
He's found his range now, hitting 3 triples in the second quarter after coming up dry early on.
And so in the game for the Rockets. At the guard positions, Van Vliet and Green. Cam Whitmore is out there with Alperen Şengün. And it's Thompson in at the small forward. Shot clock at 6. Here's Jay. Whitmore defending. Pass to Jay. Floats it up for Wood. And finished off by Wood.
Very mobile at his size. Wood excels at finding ways to execute in screen and rolls.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's guarded closely. From 11 feet away, it's hauled in by Wood. Wood's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Jay. That one goes. Count it. Now it's a 7-point Los Angeles lead.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Here's Jay. And finished off by Wood.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
Now here's Thompson. 8 points his last outing.
Certainly not the kind of night he was looking for at the offensive end, and it's had a ripple effect on the team.
Here's Jay. Covered by Van Vliet. Jay misses. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Yeah, I love the energy they're playing with. I say it this way. Good teams, championship teams, play against the game as much as they play against the opponent. Nice uptick here in their second chance points in this quarter.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, Jay in that last matchup against Phoenix was outstanding. He scored an incredible number of points, and his passing was phenomenal with a ton of assists. A fantastic performance from him. Something he wants to repeat tonight. Kevin?
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
Hachimura is checked in for the Lakers. Brooks checked in for Houston. Well, we've got a moment now to see this year's three-point contest. Let's take a look at some of the candidates emerging here. Some players who are likely to make the final cut.
Not too shabby shooters on this list, Kevin. You gotta love the advancement and really the evolution of the three-point shot in today's game.
You look at Wood. He's going to need to leapfrog quite a few great shooters if he's going to be a part of the three-point festivities on All-Star Weekend. But, you know, maybe he can do it.
I mean, anything's possible, especially if he has a few big games from beyond the arc before All-Star Weekend. That'd give him a nice bump in OT.
And as the votes keep pouring in, we'll keep you updated on any changes to that list. It looks like we're going to have quite a group.
Man, you talk about the ultimate marksman's list here, Kevin. Maybe this will be the year somebody gets that perfect score.
And he knocks down the first one. Off on that one, so he goes one. For two at the line. We've seen the NBA feature several overseas games, Greg. The last couple of years, always growing the sport.
And I know the fans love it. And nothing quite like seeing an NBA game in person and expanding that opportunity. Always a plus.
Houston making some changes. Tari Eason comes in for Brooks. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Thompson.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
And stolen by Eason. Pass to VanVleet. Shoots from 14, and he gets the bucket. VanVleet's got 13 points.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Here's Jay. Here he goes. Misses in close. Rockets trail by 7. Kicks it out to VanVleet. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. 16 points for him.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring him back.
Here's Jay. He's got 29 points. Into the lane. And finished off by Wood.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Well, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
Now, here's Green. 7 points in the game. They double-team Şengün. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Green. We've got 1:23 left in the first half. Jay.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
And guys, I know there are a lot of questions right now defensively for this team. There's no doubt about that.
Connects from three-point range. Jay's got 34.
It's first triple of the second quarter, third of the game.
Pass to Eason. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Here's Jay. He's got 34. Eason grabs the board. Rockets trail by 5. Tipped away. Here's Jay. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And it's Green slamming it down.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when they need a spark the most.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Hello and welcome, basketball.
Losing the rebounding battle, it's easy to lose control of the game. Fortunately for them, they have another half to go.
And time for a look here at how the... Thanks for joining us.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Los Angeles leading by 7. Jay out there with Austin Reed. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's Jared Vanderbilt. And it's Wood in at the 5. That's the Laker 5. Reeves outside. Clock at 6. Fires the 3. And it's Whitmore with the rebound. Rockets trail by 7. Clark, what is it about Austin Reeves' style of play that makes him such a good scorer?
I love the fact that he can change pace with the dribble. You know, he's not super fast, but he's not slow either. What he is shifty and smart. He's got good size, good ball skills, and he's got a nice mid-range jumper. All of that allows him to keep defenders off balance.
Vanderbilt with the screen. Pass to Reeves. Here's Jay. He's covered by Eason. Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like. On Thursday, they're off to New York to face the Knicks. And then on Saturday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Detroit. They'll take on the Pistons.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Pass to Şengün. Van Vliet outside. Tries it from 9. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. 18 points for Fred Van Vliet.
Here we go again. Van Vliet cooking and looking to shoot as much as he can.
Here's Jay. He's got 39. Hits it from 3-point range. Jay's got 4 points this quarter.
He's certainly been their go-to guy when it matters most. He's trying to close this one out.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Van Vliet passes to Eason. Comes up empty down low.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Top of the key, Butler. Here's Jay. And he has 42. And the shot goes in. Jay's got 44.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Pass to Whitmore. Back to Van Vliet. And some nice passing there by Houston. Fires at the elbow. Jimmy Butler pulls it in. Butler's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
And that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
And jams it with authority.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that, guys.
Eason's shot is good.
Putting that ball in the hands of a guy ready to attack. Quality feed by Fred Van Vliet.
Reeves outside. Pass to Jay. Back to Reeves. And Alperen Şengün gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, the Rockets. Reeves with it. 5 on the clock. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. And Butler launches from deep. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Swiped away. It's stolen by Green. Van Vliet outside. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Van Vliet has a quick trigger at the arc. He's not one to hesitate, not when he's got a shot like that.
Here's Jay, covered by Van Vliet.
Well, the defense got lucky there with him missing it, but they don't want to chance that again.
To the paint, here's Eason. And the dunk by Eason.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
Right wing. Jay, the pass to Wood. Here's Jay. Just 4 to shoot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Let's take this moment to bring you a leaderboard featuring a very well-rounded group. The top rebounding small forwards in the NBA the last 10 games. 5th, Jimmy Butler.
And maybe they're not the biggest or strongest players in the front court, but that hasn't limited their ability to get in there and mix it up and come up with a lot of rebounds night in and night out.
I think you've got to look at their athleticism. I mean, they make up for all the size and bulk they may give away to the post specialists. And really, that's how they're able to compete in there. Athleticism gives them an edge.
Wood, a screen on Van Vliet. Floats it up for Wood. Stolen by Van Vliet. And here we go. Fast break, and Whitmore's got it. Pass to Eason. Now Şengün. Van Vliet outside. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Rockets trail by 5. Shot left block. That one wide left. Los Angeles has gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Here's Jay. The Rockets pull it in. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. From deep, Green. It's hauled in by Wood. Los Angeles leading by 5. Here's Jay. Again, what an avalanche!
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Pass to Whitmore. Van Vliet outside. Launches a 3. The Lakers with the rebound. Vanderbilt's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Wood. He's covered by Eason. Outside, Green. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Green's got 4 points in the quarter. Here's Jay. Floats it up for Wood. And finished off by Wood.
Boy, I tell you what, on the jam, Wood can just be ruthless. Won't let anybody stop him when he's going to the cup.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And time is called by Ime Udoka. He wants to talk to his guys. Hachimura, he's checked in for Vanderbilt. And a switch here also for Houston. Thompson, he's checked in for Whitmore. Van Vliet passes to Eason. Back to Van Vliet. Pass to Green. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Butler's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Eason finds Green. Takes the 3. Number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
And there's the drive.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that now.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Eason's shot is good.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Here's Jay, covered by Van Vliet. And it's Houston on the break, and the dunk by Eason.
Good eyes and anticipation allow Green to initiate the steal right there. Saw the opening and then just snatched it away. Oh, yes, sir. Come on, Green.
Uses both hands to slam it down.
Oh, and he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
And I like it. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in there, but for me, I don't mind a little extra.
Here's Jay. Non-stop scoring machine here. Pass to Wood, and stolen by Şengün. Green with the ball. Defended by Reed.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Boy, he has put in some major work. He's earning his pay, for sure.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
For the Rockets, Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Şengün. Dylan Brooks comes in for Tari Eason. And Shepard subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. When it comes to players who like having fun, Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
Here's Jay. Pass to Green. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. 3 on the clock. He's feeling it. And he gets the jumper to drop. Jay's got 58.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Perhaps the case simply that some kind of motivational speeches at halftime got both of these teams fired up.
Driving in. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to just 3 in the basket from Shepard.
They just aren't attacking from the perimeter like they did in that first half, and I think that's part of the problem right now.
Pass to Jay. Doesn't get it. Nice D from Brooks. Thompson dishes to Green. Shepard with the ball. On the wing, Thompson. He's covered by Hachimura. From 12 feet out. Now Shepard for the tie. Green with the rebound. 1:14 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's the drive. And yep, another basket. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Shepard, the pass to Clark. Clark sets a screen for Green. Kept alive. Clark kicks to Thompson. Goes up again. The putback. That one's in there. The Lakers lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Clark.
You got to know, this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
Pass to Hood, Shavino. Here's Jay. Clark with the rebound. Clark's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Thompson passes to Clark. Green left side. Back to Clark. And Clark slams it in.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely...
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Lakers lead by 1. He's making some changes here. And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Here's Jay. Connects again. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Taking a look at the Rockets. At the guard position, Van Fleet in green. Tari Eason is out there with Whitmore. And it's Clark in at the 5, patrolling the paint. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy.
And the basket by Jay.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Green. And he can't stop the run as he misses. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They've led by as many as 11 points. Here's Jay, covered by Van Vliet. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. Los Angeles making a switch here. Woods checked in, and a change for the Rockets. Thompson's checked in, and it's the Rockets with the ball. On the wing, Thompson. Shot from free throw range. Van Vliet with the bucket. Van Vliet's got the game tied up here for Houston.
It's a shot some guys don't like, but Van Vliet gets it dialed in.
Pass to Hachimura. Here's Jay. 6 on the shot clock. That's good from Jay.
Boy, is he really getting after it here in the second half, just drawing a ton of fouls.
Vanderbilt's checked in for the Lakers. The Rockets also changing it up. Şengün comes in for Clark. And it's Dylan Brooks in for Fred Van Vliet. From deep, Green hits the three-point bomb. Green's got 12 points here in the second half.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Brooks outside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. But Clark, we hear a lot about the antics with Brooks, but he deserves more attention for his play.
I agree, especially on the defensive end, Kevin. He's one of the top perimeter defenders in the league, and some of what his antics are flowing out of is his competitive spirit. I still think he needs to tamp down the antics because that does take away from what he does, which is lock guys up and play with great competitive spirit all the time.
Vanderbilt with the screen. Throws it up high. Loses his grip and clanks the alley-oop jam. Houston's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Green, the pass to Şengün. Now here's Brooks. Wood covering. Brooks kicks to Green. Şengün with a screen on Reed. Green, no luck. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Jay, guarded by Green. Here's Jay. Vanderbilt, a screen on Green. Los Angeles with another miss.
Take what's available. Use the fadeaway when the defender's there on it.
Back to Eason. Brooks outside. From past the arc. Christian Wood grabs the rebound. Wood's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Here's Jay. Good, he hits again.
And that's 70.
He's unbelievable.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Green deciding where to go with it. Şengün with the screen for Green. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Here's Jay. Vanderbilt, a screen on Van Vliet. Oh, what a play!
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish when he gets space.
Well, I tell you what, guys, the young kids like to say, that's doing too much. That falls into that category. That was too much.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Cam Whitmore, he's checked in for Brooks. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. During the last break, got to listen in on Ime Udoka's huddle with his team. He said in the huddle, we got to play some defense in the paint. They're getting too much in there. Battle down low. Time to fight, guys.
Thank you, David. Here's Jay. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Lakers?
I think they put an emphasis on attacking the basket, and watching this, you can see why. They have just carved the defense up here with relative ease.
And, you know, they've done a fantastic job scoring inside as a result, finding plenty of opportunities to cash in near the hoop.
Wood sets a screen. Floats it up for Wood, and finished off by Wood.
Wood embracing the moment and knocking down a big shot.
.157 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Against Green. The Rockets again can't hit.
Nothing's going his way since the horn. I mean, looks like he used up all his mates in the last quarter.
Here's Jay. Vanderbilt with the screen. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Unless you're the team getting punched on. That would be the difference.
For three, Van Vliet. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Vanderbilt's got 13 rebounds in the game. Seeded. And the Rockets making a change here. Thompson's checked in.
Fouled him out. Playing Van Vliet. Get on my nerves. Get this done.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
It really does come down to this. I mean, come up empty, and it's over.
And here's Green outside. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Cold-blooded shot in the clutch. And a big moment right there from Jalen Green.
Wood a screen on Green. Here's James.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G.A., the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Pass to Eason. Yes! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Jay. Driving inside. And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. In terms of strategy here, any thoughts?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
A critical possession, no doubt. We'll see what they draw up.
Outside, Green. To take the lead. Can't knock in the 3. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. And this victory locks them in for the
Defense wins game.
of the NBA Cup tournament.
And you can tell the competition is getting fierce, right? Only teams remaining on the road to winning that NBA Cup.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. So long.
Right, MP. They can't stop you.
Rough game. Need to take better care of the ball.
Oh yeah, that's the end of this one. I'll see y'all in the playoffs. All right, y'all. See y'all next time.